Let's go to Walt Disney World. Hi everyone, I'm Jacqueline. If you are new here, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So happy to have you here for today's video. Currently I'm in Winter Park, Florida, and I am down here for my friend Kristen's bachelorette. I'm so excited. If you missed my last video, it was all about my packing and prepping for this trip. So excited. I've been looking forward to it for a really long time, and we are going to be celebrating her and her getting married later this year. So excited for her. And we're kicking off the bachelorette celebrations with a little trip to Walt Disney World. And I can honestly hardly contain my excitement right now. I have not been to Walt Disney World since 2002. It's the one and only time I've been there, and I am just so excited to be going. We are doing one park day at EPCOT, and I am just like so over the moon, and I'm really excited to document it all and just experience, you know, even just a sliver of Walt Disney World for the first time as an adult. If you haven't seen my past videos, I am a Disneyland Inspire Magic Key holder, so I'm at Disneyland all the time. I've been going like multiple times a month for almost 3 years since I've had my pass at this point, and I absolutely love it. I feel so lucky that I'm able to go to Disneyland so frequently, and I am just so excited to be going on this trip.
Kristen met me at my hotel and we headed over to check into Port Orleans Riverside. We had a woods view room on the first floor of the Acadian House building. And while she was unpacking, I had her kind of stay behind that Tiana curtain in the bathroom area so I could quickly get set up a few magical goodies that I got for us. I will link them all down below if you're interested. It was so cute and she was very surprised. She really liked everything. She did not know I was doing this, so that was fun. And then the two of us headed over to the Riverside Mill food court area. Jenny and Amy arrived shortly after. We showed them back to the room and got ready for some pool time, which was so nice. They were playing some Disney music and we just enjoyed kind of lounging and relaxing there for a bit. Then we went back to the room and got ready to head to Disney Springs for the night. Tried to order more towels and pillows on the Hey Disney, but it did not work. We went to Disney Springs on the bus. We had deluxe burger for dinner, which was quite yummy. I had the plant-based burger. And then we just kind of walked around and popped into all the shops, World of Disney, all the good things, and it was really fun. I was just shocked at how huge it is compared to Downtown Disney at Disneyland, because that is what I'm used to, and it is just so much more expansive. So I had some Dole Whip. We caught a bit of the Dreams That Soar drone show, which was pretty cool. And then we headed back to the room for the night to get ready to wake up the next day and go to EPCOT.
Hello everyone, it is Thursday morning and we're getting ready to head off to EPCOT. Everyone else just headed out of the room 1 second ago, and I was like, I need to hang back for 1 second so I can film the intro to my video, or the intro to today's part of the video for our EPCOT day. But I know that yesterday I didn't really get to film any talking clips. It was just a lot trying to get settled and everything, so I apologize for the voiceover part that I will have to add in there, you know, explaining stuff that we did. I was hoping I was gonna be able to film talking clips, but it was just a lot, and honestly, I'm still not feeling 100% acclimated to the heat, so I'm just trying to take care of myself, like first and foremost. Obviously make sure Kristen is having a good time for her bachelorette, but I'm really excited for EPCOT today. So we booked, we have a Remy's Lightning Lane booked. It's at like 5:30, even when we booked it like at 7. And then, so I think, I'm not, you know, so familiar with EPCOT, obviously. I haven't been in 20 something years, so I don't really know what we're doing, but I think we're gonna do like the stuff that's at the beginning of the park first. And so we had that booked for 5:30, and then for myself and Amy, we're going to go on to Guardians. I did like, compared to Disneyland, that here I was able to book within like a time slot. So it popped up, because I didn't get the virtual queue at 7. So then it popped up, you know, what time slot do you want to book it in between, like the 9 hour, 10, 11, 12, whatever. And then within that you could pick times. So I picked 10:05 to 11:05. So that gives us flexibility. And then Jenny and Kristen will just hang back and wait for us to be done. but I'm super excited about that ride. Obviously, it's like the one I'm most excited for. I'm just hoping I feel okay, because I do feel like a little bit unsteady, and I know that that one can be like nausea inducing for a lot of people, so we'll see how I do. I've never had a problem with anything like that on roller coasters before, but we'll see. So I'm just really excited. We are going to head over, they've just headed over to the, it's called the Riverside Mill Food Court, I guess, the like area where there's food and stuff here. So to grab like coffee and like something quick to eat before we go head over to the buses for EPCOT. And yeah, I'm so excited. I think I have everything, so let's go now. First ride of the day, Spaceship Earth.
Now we can have some tea and slide together.
Oh my God, what's happening?
You won't have to worry about your pets while you're gone, thanks to handy household robots.
Oh, there we go.
Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, totally networked family car that can take you anywhere.
Bye.
Virtual travel agent gives you options for hotels and restaurants along the way. You can just relax and take things as they come. Getting there is half the fun.
Oh, we're in China?
Your family car will be equipped with virtual
Wow.
tools to teach you about the world.
That's cool. There we are. The pretty wall. Okay, where are we going now?
I have to get sunscreen.
Sunscreen. Pluto! Pluto! Oh, it's because he was left off of the resort mug. He's into Creation Shops. Ooh, magnet distribution. So excited!
Rainforests are also extremely rich and productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicines, and other elements essential to our lives. They become home to the American farm. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being. Please remain seated in your boat at all times. Welcome to our living laboratories. What you see here are 3 of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water, and we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants.
All right, it's time for Guardians. Me and Amy are going, oh, monorail, hello. Me and Amy are going, Jenny and Kristen are skipping. I'm so incredibly excited. I've been waiting for so long for this.
Remy Real, Commander of the Nova Corps. On behalf of all Xandarians, I hope you have enjoyed exploring the wonders of Xandar. As you have seen, your world and ours were born of the same moment, one which you refer to as the Big Bang.
Welcome, people of EPCOT, EPCOTers, EPCOTians, citizens of EPCOT. Does anyone know what they call themselves?
EPCOTians.
What? I'm on? Someone needs to tell me when I'm on. Welcome, EPCOT Terrans.
Time for Figment. I'm so excited. Journey into imagination with Figment. Woo! Hi, Figment. Thank you. Woo! All right.
I'm Dr. Michael Channing, Chairman of the Imagination Institute. Hello. On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not. This is one of our discoveries, the figment of imagination.
Yeah, I know all about the senses. There's sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. Taste my chicken. Can I go? Please, please, please.
No, I don't want you out of my sight.
Out of sight? Okay. Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Figment, you are not to interfere with the tour.
Woo! You said it, Doc. Imagination is a blast.
Jenny and I just took the cutest photos in the little photo booths over here. They turned out so fun. Yay! I think we're gonna start heading into the World Showcase now because I think that everybody wants food in Mexico and somewhere else. So I just grabbed my food from Sunshine Seasons. This is a Mediterranean veggie sandwich. Looks really good with a side of pasta salad. And we're gonna head out now. I don't think I said it, but I absolutely loved Guardians' new #1 favorite ride, probably of all time. It was so good. And Figment was also amazing. I loved it. I got to see him in his meeting, but the line was pretty long, so we didn't wait. So yeah, heading back outside now. We just finished eating. Everyone had good food. Yes. Now we're going to the Gran Fiesta tour for Kristen's ears. So exciting. Okay, let's go.
And this is... I don't know. We must wait. The concert is
Donald.
The house is in Mexico City. This way.
Donald. ¿Dónde está Donald?
Excuse me, we are looking for a dog. Never mind. To play as we go.
Entering China. Hi. It's so beautiful. We're making our way through the showcase. We're passing, what is this area called? The Outpost? Yeah. Outpost. And going to Germany. Not sure what we'll find. It's very hot and just trying to survive right now. TBH, I need to go get another water so I can make a little hydration mix thing. And yeah, we'll see what's up in Germany.
No, it looks like they're probably staggered. That way they go off more often to people to show off what it does.
This was one of the little areas that I had seen like videos and photos of, and it's so cute in person. I love it. All the little trains. Walt would have loved it. American Adventure.
We are in America
With my British.
It's so meta.
My British lobster.
Huh?
You're my British lobster now.
Oh,
no, you don't live here
but we're here in America.
Yeah, we are in America.
America, Orlando, America.
Jenny's this is coffee, not alcohol. Jenny's just tired. We're entering Japan. We just saw the American Adventure show. It was a 10 out of 10 experience, honestly. I feel like it really added to my day. So that was, I feel rejuvenated. Now we're going into one of the stores in Japan. Remy's did just shut down though, and that was what we were supposed to do next. So we don't know what's gonna happen. So we just finished up in Japan. We kind of quickly went through Morocco, but I think we're gonna come back because Remy's actually just came back up. And they gave us a multi-experience because the ride went down, so we can use it now because our lightning lane was actually supposed to be written out anyway. So we're going over there. I see France. Wow, so exciting. And then, yeah, I don't know what then. The sun is right in my eye though.
Please remain seated throughout your adventure and your hands are...
Our rat has arrived. Yay! Off we go. Gusto!
Suivez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Chef Remy is waiting for you this way.
Oh!
Qu'attendez-vous?
Remy!
Oh, il est là, Remy.
Hey, thanks for coming, everyone. Vous serez toujours les bienvenus chez Remy. À bientôt et bon appétit. Mino.
Never for you, right this way. You are always welcome at Bistro Chez Remy.
I've never had this.
Remy's was absolutely amazing. There is thunder happening right now. We have 2.5 hours until the park closes, and I'm feeling a little stressed because there's still stuff we want to do, and I don't know if we're gonna have time to do it all. But we're going to go walk. Oh, they're here. We're walking over to England now, and then to Canada, and then we're gonna decide what's next. Only a week to go until Bridgerton Part 2, so of course I had to come in here to find the little Penelope and Colin dedication with their coats of arms. The rain is kind of letting up now, but it has been raining, thunder and lightning, which is very different obviously in California. There's usually not thunder and lightning when it does rain occasionally. It's very windy, so I'm sorry if you can hear lots of wind right now. But we are in Canada, so this is our final country, and Test Track is closed because of the rain, so we don't know if it's gonna open back up. If it doesn't, we'll get a multi-experience, I guess, that we could use maybe on Soarin', because I don't think we can use that on Frozen, but Frozen is also down right now. So once again, we are trying to decide what we're doing. I haven't been really hungry, so I don't know if I'm gonna get something else to eat before we go, or maybe I'll just get something back at our resort. I'm still trying to decide, but it has been so fun. I just don't really like the rain, so I did invest in this $12 poncho that has like the Disney stuff on the back. Oh, they're there. Okay, we're going to go decide our next step again. We just took some photos with Walt. And now we're heading back into the World Showcase because Frozen has come back, and we're going to go hopefully get on in the standby line. I'm excited. Hopefully it doesn't go down. Fingers crossed. Hi.
Do you want to build a snowman? Unselfish act of true love and thought of frozen heart. Indeed.
Hey, you're going up to the ice palace.
For the first time in forever.
It started raining very hard right after that last clip, right as we were got into the line for Frozen. It started pouring and we were outside for a while. Thankfully I had the poncho, but everyone else did not, so I felt really bad. But the ride, we only waited like 30 minutes and it had a posted like 75-minute wait. So that was amazing. I really liked the ride. I think I like Remy's better, but it was still really fun. They are all going to go onto Soarin', and I'm going to go to Connections Eatery because I never had dinner, and I'm feeling kind of hungry right now, so I'm gonna go over there and grab something to eat. I guess the fireworks are going off. We weren't sure if it was gonna happen because it's been raining, but they are happening. And so I'm heading over into the, what's it called, Connections shop, Creation shop. I just finished eating. I went to the bathroom, but I just finished eating my salad. It was the niçoise salad in Connections Eatery, and it was quite good. So oh, I can see the fireworks a little. But yeah, that's what's up. Bye-bye, Epcot. We had such a fun day.
We had so much fun.
Oh, sad to leave. It is Friday and we have a little change of scenery here because we are actually now at the JW Marriott Grand Lakes. I don't know. But this morning, before we checked out at Port Orleans Riverside, we headed over to French Quarter, which was like, I don't know, a 10-minute walk or something. And we went to Scat Cat's Jazz Club and we grabbed beignets. They actually had vegan beignets there. They weren't on the menu, but I asked and like confirmed with them and they said yes, they were. So that was really exciting. So I got those. They were really, really good. I have never gotten to have Disney beignets. They were a little different, to be fair, because they're not Mickey shaped, and they're kind of just like little rectangles. So they're a little bit different, like texture wise, I think, than the regular Disney beignets, but they were really good. So that was fun. And then we walked back and we got all ready and everything. And oh, we did like pop back into the stores and just walked around a bit. And then we headed over here to the next hotel. Like I said, the JW Marriott Orlando Grand Lakes. I think that's the full name of it. And we're gonna be here for the next 2 nights, leaving on Sunday. It's Friday afternoon right now. I'm just not feeling 100%. And thankfully, like, people have been really nice and, you know, understanding and stuff, which is great, but I don't like feeling sick, so that's just not been fun. But I think I'm gonna do like a full recap once I of like my favorite things that I thought, like, you know, whatever other things I think about, once I actually like go through and edit this footage as like the actual outro to the video, because I want to give like a full, not even necessarily like a review of Epcot and like my Walt Disney World experience, but I kind of just want to do like a better recap of it, even though I know this has been kind of more vlog style, and I try to do more like educational videos when I make Disney stuff, because I think that that can be really helpful for people. which it was fun to kind of just like do whatever and like film whatever, but I wanted to share like some final thoughts, so that'll be coming up next. I'm back home now in LA, and I wanted to quickly go over the couple of things that I purchased while I was at Disney, and then we're gonna get into all my thoughts on all things EPCOT and Walt Disney World. Starting off with pins, first one I got is the Riverside one. I just thought this was so cute. You can see the Riverside Mill Food Court. Mickey is fishing with Pluto there, and it's just super cute. I had to get one to represent EPCOT, so I got one with Figment on it. I just thought this one was so cute. And to represent, spoiler alert, my new favorite Disney ride, Cosmic Rewind, I wanted to get a pin to represent that as well, so I got this one in the gift shop. I've actually seen this one though in the shop when you exit Guardians Mission Breakout at Disneyland, so that's interesting, but I just thought this one was cool, so I got this. And to go along with it, I also got this magnet, which looks like a comic book, and it's kind of 3D, so Rocket and Groot are like a rubberized material, and it says Rocket and Groot explore the wonders of Xandar, presented by NovaCore, and it has the ride, and you can see like the monorail in the back. So I just thought this was really cute, and I have this already up on our fridge. In the China Pavilion, I got for Bill and I some personalized chopsticks. I just thought these were cool. So each one has our name, and then the other one says Orlando. I loved Figment so much, and I really wanted to get the, I think it's the like style name for that kind of plushie is the Bigfoot plushie. I saw one when we were in the park, and then also in World of Disney in Disney Springs, but it was just too big, and I'm glad I didn't get it because I would have just had to carry it onto the plane because I did not have room in my suitcase between these things and then the stuff that I was gifted on the bachelorette portion of the trip. So I ended up just getting this little guy, which is really cute, but he lives with all of our other little stuffed animals. So super cute little Figment. I got a reusable bag. I think this was like $1.50. I got it in World of Disney, and it says Disneyland on the other side, and I'll use this for groceries, carrying things around, and I really like it. So I guess this was kind of my big purchase, and I kind of went back and forth between this color navy that I ended up getting, spoiler, and this kind of like light blue. It's a sweatshirt of like this light blue color, but I ended up going with the navy. Here is what it looks like. I really like it. And I have a Disneyland one. It's not this exact style. It's a little bit different. It's not like a printed on like this. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but I have a Disneyland one that's gray. So now I have a navy one, and I really like it. Also for Bill, I got him a shirt. It's just this one. I've seen the same one, I think at Disneyland as well, but obviously it says Disneyland in California. But I just got him this one. I didn't see any EPCOT specific ones, but he loves it. He already wore it, and it's already been washed. Even though I am not a soda drinker and I used this strictly for water and ice during the trip, I wanted to get a resort mug, and I'm so glad I did because it's just a really cute little souvenir, and it's probably what I'm going to realistically use the most because I've already used it a ton to have my liquid IVs in because I want to be staying hydrated, and it's just super cute. So I just got the pink one. We've got all the gang there, minus Pluto. I don't know why Pluto is not on here, but Riverside is right there. So I thought that was cool that it has all the resorts, and I really like it. So glad I got this. Now it is time for the Disneyland versus Disney World comparison. Just kidding, but I am going to be talking just about my thoughts in general about like the resort, Disney Springs, EPCOT, all that stuff. As somebody who goes to Disneyland quite a bit and is very experienced and knowledgeable about Disneyland related things and how I thought things went during our like 40-ish hours at Disney World. So starting off with the resort, we were at Port Orleans Riverside. It was a really beautiful resort. I was just like, even though I knew that it was going to be big, I was just not prepared for how big it felt. Like when he handed us the map when we were checking in, I was like, it's like huge. I don't know how many rooms exactly it is, but the only Disneyland hotel I've stayed at is the Disneyland Hotel, and I absolutely loved it there. I have a whole video about my stay. I'll link it up above. So that's my only Disneyland hotel experience, and like you can't even compare one of the Disneyland hotels to one of the Walt Disney World resorts because
they are just so massive, and it was just huge. So we were in the Acadian house, and I will say that the room did feel like a little bit small for the 4 of us, compared to the room that my husband and I stayed in at the Disneyland hotel. That was quite big, and you know, it had, I think, it was just like a king bed in the room. This had 2 full beds, and it did feel a little bit tight, especially like once we all like had our stuff out and everything. Obviously we were able to store like luggage under the bed, and like, you know, there was room. But I think the biggest thing was just that I wished that the toilet and shower area had been separate, instead of just having the curtain closing off the like double sink area. Having the double sink was key. I think if we had had only one sink, that would have been a bigger problem. But yeah, I just wish that had been separate. But overall, the room was close to the like pool and main building, so that was really nice. It was easy for us to like walk back and forth. The boats were not running. I was really looking forward to taking like a boat transportation during this trip. That is also, I'll talk about transportation stuff also in a bit, but that was just like wild to me, because I'm so used to, you know, standing in the middle of the Esplanade at Disneyland and being like, oh, there's Disneyland, and oh, there's DCA, and like just the fact that it's like so far apart that you have to take like, there are multiple modes of transportation that you could take. Like we could have, I think, taken the boat to Disney Springs. Pen stuck in my hair. But unfortunately it like popped up. It was like, there was a sign when we went into the hotel that said like the water level was too low or something for the boats to run safely. So unfortunately we were not able to take advantage of that. And on that note, I wish that I had just had more time to explore the full property, because we really did not have a ton of like resort time, even though we checked in, like I said, on Wednesday, and we did hang out at the pool for a while. We really just did that, got ready, and went to Disney Springs. And then obviously by the time we came back from that, everything was closed. The buses to Disney Springs were much more full. We got a seat on the way there, but then not on the way back. We had to stand for most of it, and it was fine, but it was just like really crowded. And so that was kind of like shocking to me. But I think we only waited maybe like less than 10 minutes or something for a bus, so that wasn't bad at all. Disney Springs in general was fine. It was huge. I was just like overwhelmed by how big it was. I feel like we didn't go into every single store there, but I think we at least walked through like the entirety of Disney Springs. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. I thought something that was interesting was that there's no security for it, because when you are going into downtown Disney, you have to go through like a bag check to just enter downtown Disney, but there was none of that. There was like security guards we saw like standing when we were walking in when we got off the bus, but that was it. So I thought that was interesting. I know that there are differences. So let's talk about EPCOT next. I know I've been talking a lot, and this is going to be the longer chunk of the review, obviously because we spent the full day at EPCOT. So first of all, my ticket, like we were having like ticket issues for some reason. Kristen bought all the tickets on her account, and when we got to the hotel, like I had like linked my ticket, and so I was gonna download it onto my phone because I didn't have a Magic Band. And for some reason it wasn't working. It kept like popping up when I was trying to add it to my Apple Wallet. It was like, oh, can't be added, like check your email for something, and I wasn't getting an email. So I was like, that's interesting. So when I got to the park and we were trying to scan it in, Kristen had a Magic Band. It worked on Jenny and Amy's phones, but for some reason it didn't work on mine. So they gave me a physical ticket, and it was nice because it was not like one of the paper tickets that they give you at Disneyland. It was like a card ticket, felt like a room key. So that was cool because that's another little, you know, souvenir now that I have from the trip, but I don't know why I was having that issue. Also, same thing with security there. You just like walk through, which was also different because they do like a bag check at Disneyland for every bag that goes through, but I got pulled aside actually for my bag. It always does that because there's like a zipper on the bottom of my bag that I don't keep anything in, but I think it just always like throws security off, so they always check it at Disneyland too. So that got checked, which was fine, obviously. Okay, let's get into talking about some rides. So no notes on Spaceship Earth. Thought it was fun, very enjoyable, little way to start the day. Living with the Land, I loved it. I knew that I was gonna love it because I love plants. There's a plant behind me. And I just thought it was really cool. Another great little relaxation ride. Guardians Cosmic Rewind was just amazing. I did not get spoiled for anything on, I will say, I have intentionally, ever since it opened, never watched like a full ride through of the ride because I knew when I went, I wanted to be like fully surprised. I had seen like this stuff at the beginning of like the Glenn Close and Terry Crews stuff, and I'd seen like the Guardians clip, and I knew that there are like multiple songs, but I've heard like from multiple different, you know, videos and stuff that I've seen like, oh, this is the best song, this is the best song. We got I Ran. I don't think I mentioned that even in the video, but I had a great time, and I'm glad that I went in with no, you know, knowledge of what it was going to be like on the ride, and also no expectation of like which song was the best song, because I think that that just made me go in with like a totally open mind, and I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. I'll put our ride photo in here. And on the note of ride photos, I was really confused because we got off the ride and then I was like, oh, the ride photo thing must be in this little like store that is, you know, right off to the side. So I went in there and I was looking around and I was like, oh, there's no ride photo thing. And then I saw like a couple people going back inside the building that had like been, you know, exited at the same time as us. And I was like, oh, maybe we missed something. So I went in and then I was like, let me look on the app, or I looked it up on, I just like Googled, I was like, Cosmic Rewind ride photos, and then it was like, oh, it should like pop up automatically. But we had a problem checking in to the ride because I was trying to scan. I was like, how do I do this? Because it was just me and Amy going on the ride, and I was confused because this is something I'll talk about shortly with like Genie plus Lightning Lane things, but I was confused because again, at Disneyland, they have a different system with Genie and Lightning Lane in general, but also when you go to redeem your Lightning Lane, you like click redeem and then it pops up with like a little barcode that you scan to get in. But here, or at Walt Disney World, it's different. And you just like go, and I guess you can like scan your magic band or like your ticket, but I was trying to scan the ticket on my phone. It wasn't working. So I scanned the physical ticket and then it worked, whatever. But I guess somehow Disney Magic, it like links you automatically and it like knows that you're right. It like popped up. I like went on to my phone and then it was like, oh, is one of these you from the ride? And ours was one of like 4 photos that popped up, and I clicked yes, and then it downloaded. So that was cool. I have no idea how they knew that was us, but that was how we got our ride photo. Then after that, I think the next ride we went on to was the Gran Fiesta in Mexico. Fun and relaxing, another little, you know, relaxing little boat ride. That was cool. Remy, I think, was probably my second favorite after Guardians. I loved it. It was so cool. Again, another one that I am glad that I have not watched like a full ride through of. I had seen like certain clips and stuff from things on the ride, and I knew kind of like the general sense of what the ride was going to be like. But I'm really glad, again, that I went in with like pretty much minimal knowledge of it, and I loved it. The ride went down multiple times throughout the day, so we were worried. Again, I'll talk about this with Genie in a minute, but I was worried that we weren't going to be able to get on it because that was like what I was most anticipating again after Guardians, and I ended up loving it. Frozen, we also did, and I'm glad that we only ended up waiting like 30 minutes for it, because when we got in line, it said it was going to be a 50-minute wait, and I was like, that's a long time to wait, because that was gonna be our longest wait of the day. And I'm glad that it was a shorter wait. I liked it, but not as much as I liked Remy. Again, had minimal knowledge going in. I had seen like some clips of, you know, the Anna and Elsa animatronics and stuff, but I didn't have like a sense of what the full ride was like. So I'm glad about that as well, but I really liked that one as well. So a couple of rides, obviously we did not get to go on every single thing. The biggest thing I'm sad that we did not get to do while at EPCOT was, oh, also, duh, I can't believe I just forgot to mention Figment, Journey into Imagination. Loved it, obviously. Where'd my Figment go? He's back there. I loved Figment. It was so fun, and I love like weird old Disney stuff. So I loved it. Obviously I had like that Figment shirt that I bought before the trip because I was like, I already know I'm gonna love this ride, and I did. So that was really fun as well. Sorry, I just realized I've probably said as well like 3 times, so I will try not to say it anymore. But biggest thing that I was sad that we didn't get to do was Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, because we wanted to do it at night. I have seen like pictures and stuff of Tafiti at night, and I was like, I really want to do it at night. So hopefully we could like figure that out, that'll be the last thing we do before we leave. And everyone was like on board with the plan. But because I guess of the rain, it didn't reopen ever before we left. So that was kind of a bummer, even though I don't think it had rained for maybe like, I think I'm trying to remember like the exact timing of things. I could look on my phone at the clips, but I don't think it had rained for like 2 hours. Maybe like, I don't think it had rained since like 6:30. Like, I don't know. It had been a while. So I was kind of surprised that it didn't open. So I was bummed about that. And then I wished that we had just done it earlier when we had been like in that area, because I was sad about not being able to do that. We also did not get to do Test Track. That had also gone down a couple of times because of the rain, including when we were supposed to go on it. So we ended up getting a multi-experience pass. So because I booked it on Genie, and so that was what everyone else used to go on Soarin', and I ended up not going on Soarin' because I wanted to get something to eat, and I can do Soarin' at Disney land all the time at DCA, and the only difference is the ending clip is EPCOT versus Disneyland. So I was fine with not going on that. We also did not get to do Mission Space, what's it called, Turtle Talk, and the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Turtle Talk is also at DCA, so that was fine that I didn't get to do that. Mission Space I wanted to do, but it was fine, not a priority. And the Seas with Nemo and Friends, and I guess just that area, I guess there's an aquarium in there. We didn't get to do those, which I was fine with missing compared to, you know, because especially because I wanted to do Moana more. And I was glad with like the pace that we went throughout the day. And then as for like World Showcase and everything, I wish that we had gotten to spend like a little bit more time in some of the areas, but we hit a midday slump right as we were getting to the American Pavilion, or American Adventure Pavilion, I think is what it's called. We had a nice AC break in there for a while. We watched the Voices of Liberty and the American Adventure show, which was really nice. And I think at that point in the day, we were all like very exhausted. So that was nice that we got to take like a little break in there for a while. And I'm glad that we got to do that versus like going and like walking around more, because honestly, like the heat and then like the rain that came soon after that, it was just a lot. And I'm glad that we got to prioritize taking a break, because we didn't want to like spend the time to go back to the resort and take a break. So I'm glad that we pushed through, but still like we're able to have a little bit of a rest. Okay, I don't know if anybody is still watching at this point, but here we go. Gonna talk quickly about Genie Plus and Lightning Lane stuff. So Kristen bought everything for Genie, and we got Remy boarding group for like 5:30, which I figured it was going to take a long time, because I knew that that and Frozen were probably like the things that people were most going to go for. I think also our Genie was maybe like $25 or $24, something like that. So I'm glad that we got that, but then we couldn't book anything else until I guess it's 2 hours after park opening. So we couldn't book anything until 11. So 4 hours after that first booking. And by that point, Frozen was gone. I tried to get on, you know, I got on at 11, tried to do it. We couldn't get it. I kept checking all day. Could never get a boarding group for it, but obviously it all worked out. We were still able to get on it and it was all good, aside from the getting soaked in line part. But also for Guardians, at 7 o'clock when Kristen was doing that, I was trying to get Amy and I into the virtual queue, gone right away, couldn't get it. So I did feel like we missed out a little bit on like the storytelling aspect of the ride. So I wish that I had been able to see that. So maybe now that I've gone on the ride, I'll go and watch like somebody's video about like showing more of the stuff that's in the regular like standby line for virtual queue. Because I did feel like, because we did the Lightning Lane, we missed like a lot of the stuff, I guess, in the
you know, mainline area. So I did like though that we were able to choose within like different time blocks for that. When I was buying the Genie Plus, I think it was maybe like buying the Lightning Lane, I think it was like $18 or something. I liked that I was able to choose, I think I chose like the 10 o'clock block, and then I chose, it was like 10:30 or something. So loved that. That was great. And then I tried to get on the virtual queue later at 1 o'clock and I could not get in, but that was all good. I just thought it was interesting that compared to Disneyland, where you have to physically enter the park to purchase Genie and start booking, that you can book as early as 7 without, you know, obviously entering a park, because none of the parks are open that early. And also just in general, the way that it worked with like the redeemable code, I talked about that with Guardians. It was just confusing with being able to get on, because at Disneyland, it's like a little thing that you scan, and we had a problem, whatever, it all worked out. Everything was fine. And I think that's it for all my thoughts, because I've been talking now for so long and I'm getting out of breath from speaking all this time. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. Sorry, the ending is like 15 minutes and the main video is only like 30 minutes, but it is what it is. I had a lot to say. It was such a good trip, and I'm looking forward to going again at some point in the future. I don't know when that's gonna be, for probably Bill and I to go at some point together. He just sneezed out there right when I said his name. Yeah, it was just such a fun time. I absolutely still am like loyal to Disneyland. I love Disneyland so much. I feel like I can't even give like a proper review or comparison, because especially because we chose EPCOT and everything there is like so different and not comparable to Disneyland or DCA, not only because of like there's so little like ride crossover, but just in general, the like way that the park is and just like its ethos and everything is just like so much different than Disneyland and DCA. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down below. Let me know, I don't know, what you would be looking forward to riding most at EPCOT, or if you've been to EPCOT, your favorite ride there. Would love to know that as well. So let me know in the comments down below. If you're not already subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would do so down there as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one again really soon. Bye.